first team's going to go ahead and get underway, and this is our team from Homer. And with that, we'll go ahead and thank you. You all set? I think judges, we okay? All right. There you go.
Good evening, honorable judges and guests. We are the Homer FFA chapter demonstration team, and my name is Elizabeth Esqueda.
My name is Sarah Glasby. Karen Hall.
And today we will be demonstrating how to put together a hydroponic system. Madam Timekeeper, we are ready to begin. So, Sarah, this is Caitlin. She just moved here, and she's going to be in our horticulture class.
Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Sarah.
So, Caitlin, we just basically started hydroponics. Would you like to be in our group?
Sure, but what are hydroponics? Well, we just started the PowerPoint. Would you like to see it? Sure. As you can see, hydroponics are a different way of growing plants, but we don't use soil. And the plants are anchored by different growing mediums like rock wool or perlite. And the water is circulated by different watering houses. Where did hydroponics come from?
Well, that is a very good question. Actually, they came from ancient Greece. A Greek scientist decided to combine the theories of two other scientists and came up with the first hydroponic system.
What's next?
Well, next we often have to remember to check the pH. P stands for potential and H stands for hydrogen. So it's basically potential hydrogen. And what it means is actually the ability of a plant to absorb hydrogen ions.
How do you measure pH?
Well, we have what's called a pH kit. Usually they are manual or there is an electronic one. In this case, we have a manual one. What you do is take your test tube and fill it up to 5 milliliters of your nutrient solution in water from your tub, and then you pour in 5 drops of iodine, and then you shake it well and put it in one of these, and then take your slides, and for hydroponics you always want it to be on 6, so you slide it all the way to 6. And if the colors match, they're ready to go.
And if they don't?
Well, if it's too high, then you have to add in more water because water's natural pH is 6.
And if it is too low?
If it's too low, then, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. If it's too high, then you would have to add some pH lower, which we have here.
Okay, so then if it's too low?
If it's too low, then you would try to raise it with water.
So what's next then?
Well, we have to make sure you have the appropriate nutrient solution in there. Nutrient solutions are basically a mixture of water and nutrients.
What type do you guys use?
Well, we use this one called ionic. And what you do is you just take 1 8-ounce cup and pour it into your tub full of water.
Okay, and is there different systems?
Yes, there are actually 6 different types of systems.
What lighting do you use?
Well, for lighting, you can either use natural or artificial. Artificial, the best recommended one would be in HID, and that is the best one because a thousand watt sodium bulb produces as much as a light as about 87 standard 100 watt in incandescent bulb. And they cost roughly around $40 to $80.
Okay, so what are the different types of systems?
There are actually 6. In our class we use the NFT, which is nutrient film technique.
What are the other ones?
Well, first off, we have the ebb and flow which is a system that works temporarily flooding the growing tray with nutrient solution and then draining the solution back into the reservoir, which is controlled by a submersible pump and timer.
And what does this one look like?
It basically looks like this. Up on our PowerPoint, what we have is the basic growing tray right here. And then what you have right here is your nutrient pump. And it just keeps on pumping your nutrients up and to be absorbed by the plants.
Okay. What's the next one?
Then there is the drip system. That one is the most widely used hydroponic system. A timer controls the submerged pump and then it releases the nutrient solution onto the base of each plant. In a recovery drip system, the excess nutrient solution is collected and reused. The recovery drip system is more sustainable, however the pH and nutrient strength levels may vary because the nutrient solution is going to be reused.
What does this one look like?
Well, this one looks like this. It's basically you have your growing tray and then you have it held up above your reservoir, and there's going to be a drip manifold, which is just a long tube that is going to have the nutrients just dripping onto your plants.
And what's the next one?
The next one would be the wick system, which is the simplest of all hydroponic systems. The wick system is a passive system, meaning it has no moving parts. The nutrient solution is released into the growing tray through a wick. There are several different growing mediums that can be used in this hydroponic system.
And what does it look like?
Well, here we just basically have an air stone in your reservoir, which means as the air pump is flowing in, the air stone is just going to release the water and it's going to go up through the wicks into your growing tray.
Then there is the water culture system. It is very simple to use as a hydroponic system. There is a styrofoam platform that typically holds the plants and the floats on the nutrient solution. An air pump is used to supply the air to the bubbling stone that releases the nutrient solution and supplies oxygen to the plant roots. Leaf lettuce is the most grown in this system, and very few other plants will grow well in this system.
And what does this one look like?
Well, as Sarah just told you, there's basically just styrofoam floating above the nutrient solution, and there is a small section cut off so that you can put in your plants to just float around in the nutrient solution.
And what's the next system?
The next system is the one we'll be using. It's the NTF, which is nutrient film technique. It's the most commonly thought of the hydroponic system. NFT systems have a consistent flow of nutrients. Therefore, no timer is needed for the submersible pump. The nutrient solution is pumped into the grow tray over the plant roots and is then drained into the reservoir. The plants are typically supported in small plastic baskets with the roots dangling from the nutrient solution into the nutrient solution. This system faces the possibility of power outages and pump failures.
What does this one look like?
Well, here you have your growing tray being held up, and then there is a pump that it goes into the rock wool or perlite, and it's going to be dripping in there. The nutrient solution will be dripping in there, and it's going to be absorbed by your plants daily.
And
There is one more, there is the aeroponic system. It is one of the most high-tech growing systems in hydroponics. And there really is not very many mediums used. Normally they just use water to grow. The roots hang in the air and they are misted with nutrients every few minutes. A timer has to be used to control a nutrient pump to ensure the plants are properly misted with the nutrients.
you have a picture of this one?